The Peacock Theater in Los Angeles opened its doors on Sunday night, and culture's biggest night came roaring back to life. The 2026 BET Awards have officially happened. The carpet has been rolled out, walked and photographed from every angle. Druski took the stage as one of the most electric, highly anticipated hosts in the show's recent history. Teyana Taylor walked away as the first ever icon of the year. Lauryn Hill was crowned a living legend. And before a single trophy was handed out, before Cardi B performed, before Janet Jackson made a grown woman sob on national television, the real spectacle had already started, on the red carpet outside. And now we get to do the only thing that actually matters. We get to break down every single look like our reputations depend on it. I am counting down the 40 best dressed celebrities at the 2026 BET Awards. Not just the obvious ones, not just the names the blogs already told you to look at. I'm talking about the people who understood that the BET Awards carpet is not just any carpet. It is the one carpet in the entire calendar year where Black designers, Black stylists, and Black glamour get to set the agenda for everybody else. The ones who wore custom couture, the ones who turned a t-shirt into a thesis statement, the ones who walked out in sheer mesh, in architectural ruffles, in hand-crocheted knitwear, and dared you to say something. This year was special for a specific reason. For the first time ever, BET handed out a Fashion Vanguard Award. Style is no longer the warm-up act before the show. Style is officially part of the trophy conversation, and the carpet rose to meet that moment. Before we start the countdown, do me one small favor. If you love a real fashion breakdown, the kind where we actually talk about the designers, the cultural references, the stylists doing the work behind the scenes that nobody credits, hit that subscribe button right now. This channel goes deep on red carpet fashion every single week, and your subscription is the entire reason these videos keep coming. Go ahead and tap it. I'll wait. Done? Good. Now buckle in because this carpet had everything. We're talking about a Tupac tribute shirt worn like couture, a burgundy gown built like a piece of architecture, a crocheted dress that took the internet apart, a see-through corset worn by a woman who commanded the room with effortless poise, mint green custom tailoring on a family that never misses, and a brown slip dress so quietly perfect it made everyone forget the year was 2026 and not 1996. We are starting at number 40 and working our way down to the single best-dressed star of the entire night. And right now, before we even begin, drop a comment and tell me who you think deserves the number one spot. Lock it in. Then let's get into it. Number 40, Cordell Beckham and Serena Page. We are opening with the cutest power couple on the carpet, and there is a reason they earned the entry. Cordell Beckham and Serena Page won Love Island USA's sixth season back in the summer of 2024, and they are still very much together, which in reality television years is basically a golden anniversary. They arrived at the Peacock Theater coordinated in black, and what I respect about this look is that they understood the difference between matching and coordinating. They did not show up in identical outfits like a couple going to prom. They showed up in two distinct looks that spoke the same language. Serena wore a sparkling black gown from Rahul Mishra. And if you don't know that name, you should. Mishra is an Indian couturier famous for hand-embroidered, painstakingly detailed work that has shown on the Paris Haute Couture schedule. A Rahul Mishra piece is not a fast fashion pull. It is a serious designer choice, and it tells you Serena's styling team treated this carpet with real intention. The gown shimmered with a mesh train that gave her movement and drama as she walked. She finished it with Flor de Maria shoes. Cordell went the streetwear meets formal route. A black leather shirt layered under a crop tuxedo blazer, accented with David Yurman jewelry. That leather under-tailoring move is a very of-the-moment young Hollywood styling choice. It says formal, but make it editorial. Make it cool. Together they read as exactly what they are, a young couple who have figured out how to translate their reality TV fame into genuine red carpet credibility. Number 40, and a charming way to open the night. Number 39, Jonna Craig, staying in the Love Island universe for just one more entry because Jonna Craig deserves her flowers. Jonna was part of that same iconic Season 6 cast from 2024, and she walked the BET carpet solo and confident in a draped tan gown by Bent Kahina. The dress had a deep, plunging neckline and a soft, cream-adjacent color that worked beautifully against her skin. What I like about this choice is the restraint. On a carpet full of crystals, feathers, and color blocking, Yana went for clean, draped, neutral elegance. The kind of look that does not scream for attention, but earns it on a second glance. There is also a story underneath this look that makes it land harder. Yana has been open about how the friendships she made on that show became a genuine support system in her life, the people who had her back when she left the villa. So watching her arrive at Culture's biggest night, poised and polished, hits differently when you know how far the journey was. The styling was simple, the confidence was not. Number 38, Shelley Besanthe. Number 38 is Shelley Besanthe, and she gave us one of the riskier looks of the early carpet. Shelley, breakout star from the expanded Love Island USA universe, has been quietly building a major media career. She actually worked as a red carpet reporter at the AMAs recently, so she knows the carpet from both sides of the camera, and it showed. She arrived in a sheer, metallic black, naked dress, the kind of look that lives or dies entirely on confidence and execution. Let me talk about the naked dress for a second, because it is one of the most loaded silhouettes in modern fashion. The sheer dress is everywhere right now. It dominated red carpets all year. And the difficulty with it is that it is incredibly easy to get wrong. Too much and it reads as a costume. Too little intention and it reads as a publicity stunt. The women who pull it off are the ones who wear the dress instead of letting the dress wear them. Shelley landed on the right side of that line. The metallic sheen gave the sheer fabric structure and shimmer, so it photographed as fashion rather than provocation. A bold, grown choice. Number 37, Teyana Kilpatrick, who pulled up to present on the night and brought a smart, modern sensibility to her look. Teyana is one of the sharpest creative minds in television, a writer, producer, and actress whose work has a very specific point of view. And her carpet look matched that energy. She wore a color block dress with a beautifully balanced multi-tone palette. Color blocking is one of those techniques that sounds simple and is actually brutally hard to execute because the entire look depends on proportion. Get the ratio of the color fields wrong and the whole thing collapses. Get it right and you get a look that feels modern, architectural, and intentional. Teyana got the ratio right. The tones were balanced so that no single color overwhelmed the others, and the result was a dress that felt contemporary and art-directed rather than busy. It is the kind of look that fashion people clock immediately and casual viewers feel without quite knowing why. Smart styling for a smart woman. Number 36, Thaddeus J. Mixon. Let's bring in some menswear because the gentleman showed up this year and Thaddeus J. Mixon set an early bar. The young actor, a nominee on the Night in the Young Stars category, arrived in a crisp, sharp, all-white tailored suit. And I want to talk about white tailoring for a moment because it is one of the most unforgiving choices a man can make on a carpet. White shows everything. White demands perfect fit, perfect pressing, perfect proportion. There is nowhere to hide in a white suit. If the tailoring is even slightly off, the entire camera will find it. Thaddeus had nothing to hide. The suit fit him like it was sewn onto him, clean lines from shoulder to hem, and the all-white statement read as fresh, youthful, and confident, exactly the right energy for a rising young talent announcing himself on Culture's biggest night. White tailoring on a young star is a declaration of arrival. He made it. Number 35, T.I. Number 35 is T.I., and the King of the South understood the summer assignment. T.I., who also performed on the night, arrived in a light gray structured suit paired with dark sunglasses, and the whole thing read as effortlessly cool. Some outlets clocked it as a subtle pattern suit with pristine boots, and either way the takeaway is the same. This was a man dressing for a warm Los Angeles evening with total ease. The light gray is a seasonally perfect choice. It photographs soft and rich under carpet lighting, and it stands apart from the wall of black and navy suits that men default to. The sunglasses are the part I want to flag, because indoor evening sunglasses are a high-risk accessory. On most people, they read as trying too hard. On TI, a man who has been one of the most stylish figures in hip-hop for 2 decades, they read as exactly what they are. A veteran who knows precisely how cool he is and has nothing left to prove. Number 34. Common, who brought a quiet intellectual elegance to his tailoring, the way he always does. Common wore a modern pattern print tailored formal suit, and what makes Common a reliable best-dressed presence year after year is that he treats menswear like a thinking man's art form. He is not chasing trends. He is not trying to outflash the room. He is building a considered, grown, slightly bohemian version of formal wear that feels distinctly his own. The pattern print on the suit gave it texture and personality without tipping into costume, and the tailoring was, as always, impeccable. There is a lineage of black male artists who use red carpet dressing as an extension of their artistry, the same way Common uses his music to think out loud about culture and politics and love. And Common sits comfortably in that tradition. He also performed as part of the massive live hip-hop tributes on the night, which makes his polished presence feel even more fitting. A look with substance. Number 33 is Jafar Jackson, and his presence on this carpet carried a weight far beyond fabric. Jafar, Michael Jackson's nephew, plays the king of pop himself in the highly anticipated biopic film, and he arrived at the BET Awards in a sleek, impeccably tailored classic navy suit. The styling choice here is genius in its restraint. When you are the young man stepping into the most iconic shoes in the history of popular music, you do not need to scream on the carpet. You let the navy suit do the quiet, classic, timeless thing it does. Navy is the most universally flattering color in menswear, and a perfectly tailored navy suit telegraphs maturity, discipline, and respect. That restraint read as deeply intentional given the moment. Jafar walked the carpet alongside Hollywood icons, including those portraying the broader Jackson family dynasty, and the presence represented the cast of one of the most talked about upcoming cinematic works. He dressed not like a man chasing attention, but like a man carrying a legacy carefully. That maturity is exactly why he lands at number 33. Number 32, Bow Wow. Number 32, Bow Wow, who pulled double duty on the night and looked sharp doing it. Bow Wow co-hosted the red carpet pre-show and then walked it himself in a custom maroon burgundy tailored suit, finished with a black bow tie and clean black shoes. This is grown-up Bow Wow, and I am here for it. The kid who grew up in front of all of us has settled into a polished, dapper, classic menswear lane, and this burgundy suit is a perfect example of it. Burgundy is having a real moment in menswear right now. It is the color of choice for a man who wants to step away from black without going loud, and the custom tailoring meant the fit was exact. He also turned the night into a sweet family moment, walking the carpet and celebrating legacy on culture's biggest night. There is something genuinely lovely about watching a former child star show up as a polished adult and a present artist, dressed impeccably on culture's biggest night. This feels like a good moment to check in. If you're enjoying this breakdown so far, do me a favor and drop a comment with the name of the look you're most excited for me to get to. I read every single one, and the comment section on these videos is honestly half the fun. Now back to the carpet. Number 31, Jamie Foxx. Number 31 is Jamie Foxx, and the man understood that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is keep it simple. Jamie arrived in a sharp, effortlessly cool, all-black tailored suit, and he walked the carpet as part of an incredible, stylish, iconic family duo, making them one of the coolest pairs of the entire night. The all-black suit is the most classic move in the menswear playbook, and on the wrong person, it can read as a man who did not feel like trying. On Jamie Foxx, it reads as a masterclass in restraint. Here is the context that makes this look hit harder. Jamie Foxx has been through a serious, heavily discussed health journey over the last couple of years, and watching him stand on that carpet, sharp, healthy, smiling, completely present, carries an emotional weight that no amount of crystals could buy. The all-black suit became a kind of quiet statement of survival and ease. He is no stranger to this carpet. He has hosted this very show. And on this night, he didn't need to do much. He just needed to be there. Looking that good. Number 30, Rick Ross, who arrived exactly the way Rick Ross arrives, like a man who owns the building. The biggest boss pulled up in a tailored all-black suit, heavily accessorized with a massive diamond chain, alongside his glamorous companion. And let me talk about why this works, because on most people, that much jewelry over an all-black suit would be a lot. The thing about Rick Ross is that the maximalist jewelry is not an accessory to his persona. It is his persona. The chain is the entire point. The all-black suit exists specifically as a dark, matte canvas designed to make the diamonds explode under the carpet lights. There is a long tradition in hip-hop of jewelry as a statement about visibility, about success, about refusing to be small, and Rosé is one of its great living practitioners. He did not come to blend in. He came to glitter deliberately in a way that photographs like a flex and reads like a brand. The styling was simple, the message was loud, and the execution was exactly on brand. Number 29 is Trevor Jackson, and this is where the menswear on this carpet started getting genuinely adventurous. Trevor showed up in a baby blue suit, already a confident, summery color choice. And then he did something most men would never dare. He paired it with a fishnet top underneath instead of a shirt, and finished the whole thing with metallic silver cowboy boots. Read that back. Baby blue tailoring, a fishnet top, and silver cowboy boots. On paper, it sounds like chaos. On the carpet, it worked, and it worked because of commitment. This is what I call a high-risk styling thesis. Trevor took three elements that each push against convention and combined them into a single coherent statement about a young black man refusing to be boxed into traditional masculine formal wear. The fishnet adds texture and edge against the soft pastel suit. The metallic boots ground the whole thing in a kind of rodeo glam fantasy that is very of the moment. It is the menswear equivalent of a conceptual gown, and the fact that he pulled it off without looking like a costume is genuinely impressive. Number 29 for sheer fashion bravery. Number 28, Druski. Number 28 is the man of the hour himself, Druski, stepping out as one of the definitive cultural powerhouses hosting the BET Awards. Druski walked his own carpet in a custom, sparkling burgundy Louis Vuitton suit, finished with black leather loafers and a gold watch. And this is a real fashion moment that I don't want anybody to gloss over. A custom Louis Vuitton suit for a comedian turned host is a serious flex. Louis Vuitton menswear does not just hand out custom looks. Getting that pull tells you the fashion industry is taking Druski seriously as a cultural figure, not just a viral comedian. The sparkling burgundy is the detail that elevates it. A standard burgundy suit is sharp. A burgundy suit with subtle shimmer woven through it is a host suit, built to catch the light on stage, designed for a man who is going to be the visual center of the entire broadcast. He stayed true to his personal style with the loafers and the gold watch, keeping it grounded and cool rather than overstyled. And in a lovely full-circle moment, pre-show hosts Bo Wow and Roxy Diaz celebrated his presence before the ceremony even began. The host, dressed by Louis Vuitton, getting his flowers. Number 27, Tia Mowry, who brought a playful, fun energy to the carpet that I really enjoyed. Tia shimmered in a gold-embellished mini dress that sparkled from every angle, and she finished it with retro-inspired sunglasses, soft blonde micro-braid waves, and strappy crystal heels. What I love about this look is that it refused to take itself too seriously. The BET carpet had no shortage of grand, dramatic gowns this year, and Tia zigged where others zagged, opting for something short, sparkly, and joyful. The retro sunglasses are the styling detail that ties it all together. They give the whole look a cool, slightly nostalgic, off-duty celebrity energy, like she is the most stylish person at the party who also happens to be having the most fun. After years of being one of the most beloved faces on television, Tia has grown into a woman who clearly dresses for her own pleasure first, and that confidence radiates. A fresh, fun, glittering look. Number 27. Number 26, Marsai Martin. Number 26 is Marsai Martin, and this young woman continues to be one of the most quietly sophisticated dressers of her generation. Marsai channeled a sleek, vintage-inspired energy. Some on the carpet read it as a nod to Aaliyah, with a smooth, sleek hairstyle and effortless edge. She wore a fitted, off-the-shoulder black bodice paired with a cascading sheer chiffon skirt, mixing a structured leather look top with soft, layered, floor-grazing fabric beneath. That contrast, hard and soft, structured and flowing, is a genuinely advanced styling concept. And the fact that Marseille is executing it, this confidently tells you everything about her fashion future. Here is what makes Marseille remarkable. She has been famous since she was a child, and instead of going through the awkward, overstyled phase that swallows so many young stars, she has consistently chosen looks that feel grown, intentional, and editorial without ever being inappropriate for her age. The off-the-shoulder black gown is timeless. The sheer layered skirt is modern. Together, they read as a young woman with the taste level of someone twice her age. Number 26, and she is only getting started. Number 25, Flo Milli. Number 25 is Flo Milli, and she leaned all the way into a rock and roll fantasy that I did not see coming. The Never Lose Me rapper arrived in a black ensemble built around a massive, voluminous, black tulle skirt, layered with sheer accents and finished with a dramatic choker necklace. Some outlets described it as a black mini dress drowning in dramatic tulle with a sweeping train, topped with a shag-inspired haircut and soft pink glam. The combination, hard rock styling with soft romantic tulle, gave the whole thing a cool, editorial, slightly punk edge. What I appreciate about this look is the attitude. The tulle skirt is enormous and theatrical, the kind of silhouette that takes up space and demands the camera. But Flo Milli paired it with a tough choker and an edgy shag haircut, so it never tipped into princess territory. It stayed dangerous. That balance, femininity with bite, is exactly the lane Flo Milli occupies as an artist. So the look felt like a true extension of who she is. Number 25. Number 24, Young Miami. Number 24 is Young Miami, and she made the boldest color decision on the entire carpet. Young Miami wore a color block gown that combined a blush pink embellished bodice with a flowing, vibrant, bright orange skirt, pink and orange together. Let me tell you why that is a genuinely daring choice. Pink and orange are adjacent on the color wheel, which means they create what designers call an analogous color scheme, a combination that can either look stunningly harmonious or completely clash, with very little margin in between. It is one of the hardest color pairings to pull off in fashion. Young Miami pulled it off because the proportions and the finishes were calibrated correctly. The blush bodice was embellished and structured, anchoring the top half, while the bright orange skirt flowed loose and free, giving the look movement and drama. She kept her hair sleek and waist-length and her makeup glossy and neutral, which was the smart move. When the dress is doing something this loud, the glam has to stay quiet. The result was an unexpected, confident, summer-ready color story. Number 24. Number 23, Coco Jones. Number 23 is Coco Jones, and she brought a vibrant, grown, red-hot energy to the carpet. Coco arrived in a fiery red two-piece ensemble, a bandeau-style top paired with a sweeping, floor-length skirt featuring bold cutouts along the sides that revealed her midriff. She finished it with soft, glossy waves, glowing skin, and statement earrings, letting the dress do all the talking. This is a masterclass in how to do a two-piece gown on a formal carpet. The midriff cutouts add the skin and the sex appeal, but the full-length skirt keeps the whole thing elegant and red carpet appropriate rather than club ready. Red is the most powerful color on any carpet. It commands the camera, it photographs richly, and it signals confidence without needing to do anything else. On a night where Coco Jones was also recognized across major artistic categories, a real marker of how far her career has expanded beyond music, she dressed like a woman stepping fully into her moment, vibrant, sculpted, and self-assured. Number 23. Number 22, Mia. Number 22 is Mia, and she proved that black, in the right hands, never goes out of style. Mia wore a sharply tailored, tuxedo-inspired black gown with strong structured shoulders, a deep plunging neckline, and a thigh-high slit. She updated the classic silhouette with a braided updo, radiant makeup, and sheer tights. What makes this look so strong is the architecture of it. The structured shoulders give the gown a powerful, almost menswear-inflected frame at the top. The plunging neckline adds drama and sensuality through the center, and the thigh slit delivers movement at the bottom. Every zone of the dress is doing deliberate work. Mia has been a fixture in R&B and on red carpets for over 2 decades, and what is remarkable is how timeless she looks. This tuxedo gown hybrid is a sophisticated, grown woman take on power dressing, strong without being severe, sexy without being obvious. It is the kind of look that would have been chic 10 years ago and will be chic 10 years from now. That is the definition of good taste. Number 22. Number 21, Amara La Negra. Number 21 is Amara La Negra, and she delivered a look that was unapologetically herself in every possible way. The breakout star of Love and Hip Hop, Miami arrived in a striking, form-fitting metallic gown, described on the carpet as a laser-cut dress with a fit that could stop traffic. She paired it with her natural kinky afro and gold bangles, and the combination was the whole point. This was a look about celebrating Black beauty on her own terms, refusing to dim or straighten or shrink any part of herself for the cameras. Let me talk about the metallic laser-cut dress, because it is a sophisticated garment. Laser cutting allows designers to create precise, intricate patterns and cutouts in fabric that would be impossible by hand, and on a metallic material it creates a play of light and shadow as the body moves. It is a high-tech, high-fashion technique, but the genius of Amara's styling was pairing that futuristic dress with her completely natural afro. The contrast of cutting-edge fashion technology with unapologetic natural Black beauty made a statement louder than either element alone. Radiant, confident, and proud. Number 21. We're at the halfway mark, which means it's time for a quick favor. If you've made it this far, you clearly love this stuff as much as I do. So hit subscribe if you haven't already, because the back half of this list has the looks people are going to be talking about all week. And drop a comment right now. Agree or disagree with my ranking so far. Let me hear it. Okay, the top 20. Number 20, Gabby Thomas. Number 20 is Gabby Thomas, and the Olympic gold medalist proved she is just as comfortable on a fashion carpet as she is on a track. Gabby bitch, one of the fastest women on the planet, traded her racing spikes for gladiator heels and arrived in an elegant, regal teal evening gown. And I love an athlete on a fashion carpet for a very specific reason. Athletes spend their entire lives with their bodies being judged on function, on speed, on power, on precision. Watching one step onto a red carpet and command it on aesthetic terms instead is its own kind of victory lap. The teal gown was a smart, sophisticated color choice. Teal is rich and jewel tone without being as expected as emerald or sapphire, and it read as regal and grown against her athletic frame. The gladiator heels were a clever nod, a subtle, almost witty callback to her life as a sprinter, translated into high-fashion footwear. Gabby Thomas dressed like a champion who knows that elegance is just another arena to dominate. Number 20, number 19, Portia Williams. Number 19 is Portia Williams, and she delivered a jewel-toned moment that perfectly framed her figure. Portia arrived in a radiant green gown that silhouetted her frame beautifully, the kind of dress engineered to celebrate the body of the woman wearing it. The reality star and entrepreneur has spent years on red carpets and clearly understands her own angles, because this gown was cut and colored to do exactly what it needed to do: make her glow. Let me talk about jewel tones because they dominated this carpet. Rich greens, deep crimsons, vibrant teals, and there is a reason. Jewel tones photograph extraordinarily well under carpet lighting. They are saturated enough to pop against the step and repeat, but sophisticated enough to read as grown and expensive rather than loud. A radiant green in particular flatters a huge range of skin tones and signals confidence and vitality. Portia chose her color wisely and let the silhouette do the rest. Polished, radiant, and self-assured. Number 19. Number 18, Kay Singleton. Number 18 is Kay Singleton, who brought a burst of summer sunshine to the carpet. Kay arrived in a bold, radiant marigold dress, and marigold is one of my favorite underused carpet colors, So let me make the case for it. Yellow in all its forms is one of the hardest colors to wear because it is so unforgiving and so easy to get wrong. But a deep marigold, that rich golden orange yellow, is the most sophisticated and most flattering version of yellow there is. It has warmth and depth that brighter, more acidic yellows lack. And against rich brown skin, it absolutely glows. The summer dress silhouette kept the whole thing light and seasonally perfect for a late June evening in Los Angeles. On a carpet where so many people reach for drama and darkness, Kay reached for joy and warmth and color. And that confidence to be the bright spot in the room is its own kind of statement. Sunny, radiant, and beautifully executed. Number 18. Number 17, Jennifer Sears. Number 17 is Jennifer Sears, and she gave us one of the most playfully structured looks of the night. Jennifer arrived in a bright orange dress featuring a midsection cutout and a ruffled, tiered skirt, and there is a lot of smart design packed into that description. The bright orange is a bold, attention-commanding color. It cuts through a carpet and refuses to be ignored. The midsection cutout adds a hit of skin and modernity, breaking up the silhouette and creating visual interest at the waist. And the ruffled, tiered skirt brings texture, movement, and a sense of fun and femininity. What I appreciate is the way these elements balance each other. The cutout is sexy and sharp. The tiered ruffles are soft and playful. Combining them keeps the look from reading as too severe or too sweet. It lands right in the middle, confident and joyful. Bright orange is a difficult color that announces a woman who is not afraid of the spotlight, and Jennifer wore it like she belonged in it. Number 17. Number 16, Toby Nwigwe and Fat Nwigwe. Number 16 is one of the most special entries on this entire list. Toby Nwigwe and his wife Fat Nwigwe in flawless, monochromatic mint green custom tailoring. If you know Toby Nwigwe's work, you know that coordinated, culturally rooted, monochromatic dressing is not a one-off red carpet gimmick for them. It is a signature, an entire visual identity that runs through their music videos, their performances, and their public appearances. The Nwigwe's dress as a unit in bold blocks of single color, and it has become one of the most recognizable aesthetics in music. For the BET Awards, they chose mint green, head-to-toe, custom, and the effect was stunning. Monochromatic dressing, wearing a single color from top to bottom, is one of the most powerful styling techniques there is because it elongates the body and creates a clean, striking, sculptural silhouette. Doing it as a couple, in perfectly matched mint, turned the two of them into a single, coordinated visual statement that you could not look away from. There is something genuinely beautiful about a married couple who build their public image together, in matching custom looks, rooted in their Nigerian heritage and their faith. This was not just fashion, it was a portrait of partnership. Number 16. Number 15, Keke Palmer. Number 15 is Keke Palmer, and she sparkled like she had something to prove, which given her huge year, she absolutely did. Keke arrived in a heavily crystal-embellished one-shoulder gown that hugged every curve before opening into a dramatic, ultra-high thigh slit. She finished it with long copper braids, soft glam, and black pumps. The one-shoulder silhouette is a classic for a reason. It creates a beautiful asymmetry, draws the eye along a diagonal line across the body, and frames the neck and collarbone elegantly. Loading it with crystals turned the whole thing into a light show, catching every flashbulb on the carpet. The thigh-high slit is the detail that took it from elegant to commanding. It added movement, drama, and a hit of confident sex appeal to a gown that was already doing a lot. And this was Keke's moment to shine. She came into the night nominated for major honors, cementing her reputation as a genuine multi-hyphenate, having one of the biggest years of her career. She dressed like a woman who knew the cameras were going to be on her, and she gave them everything to look at. Number 15. Number 14, Jodie Turner-Smith. Number 14 is Jodie Turner-Smith, and she brought genuine high-fashion editorial energy to the carpet. Jodie wore a vibrant, abstract, multicolored printed gown from Roberto Cavalli, accessorized with matching opera gloves. And this is a model-turned-actress who genuinely understands fashion as an art form, so the choices here were deliberate and sophisticated. Roberto Cavalli is a house known for bold prints, sensual silhouettes, and a kind of glamorous maximalism. And an abstract, multicolored print is a high degree of difficulty choice. Prints are hard to wear on a carpet because they can easily look busy or overwhelming. It takes a real fashion sensibility to make one look intentional and chic rather than chaotic. The matching opera gloves are the styling detail that elevates the entire look from a beautiful dress to a complete fashion statement. Opera gloves are a vintage old Hollywood flourish that almost nobody wears anymore, and matching them to an abstract print shows a level of styling commitment that fashion editors live for. Jodie did not come to play it safe. She came to make an editorial image, and she succeeded. Number 14. Number 13, Chloe Bailey. Number 13 is Chloe Bailey, and she came to the carpet, in her own words, ready to slay. Chloe arrived in a timeless, strapless, curve-hugging black gown accented with silver-beaded detailing at the center, and she paired it with a dramatic transformation that had fans doing double takes. She switched out her signature locks for a sleek blonde style. The hair change alone generated a wave of conversation, and that is part of the strategy. A major beauty switch-up on a big carpet guarantees the cameras and the comments. But let's talk about the gown, because the strapless black column is one of the most classic, most flattering, and most deceptively difficult silhouettes in fashion. There is nowhere to hide in a curve-hugging strapless gown. It relies entirely on fit and on the confidence of the woman wearing it. Chloe has both in abundance. The silver-beaded accent at the center added just enough sparkle to keep the minimalist gown from reading as plain, drawing the eye to the waist. Timeless, sculpted, and confident. Number 13. Number 12. Ari Lennox. Number 12 is Ari Lennox, who performed on the night and brought a high-fashion, boundary-pushing sensibility to her look. Ari took an avant-garde approach to red carpet glamour, the kind of look that pushes against the traditional, expected, sweetheart neckline and mermaid skirt template that dominates so many carpets. And I always respect an artist who treats the red carpet as a place to experiment rather than to play it safe. Ari Lennox has one of the most distinctive voices in modern R&B, and her fashion choices increasingly match that distinctiveness. Unexpected, artful, and unafraid. What makes an avant-garde choice work on a carpet like this is conviction. Experimental fashion only lands when the wearer believes in it completely, when she carries the look like it is the most natural thing in the world rather than a costume she is enduring for the cameras. Ari has that conviction. She was also part of one of the most moving musical moments of the entire night, so her presence carried real artistic weight beyond the fashion, a bold, high-fashion statement from a true artist. Number 12. Number 11, Latto. Number 11 is Latto, and the absolute mastery behind this look makes it one of the most impressive on the entire carpet. Latto arrived in a sheer, see-through black corset gown accented by a dramatic feathered neckline. Some saw it as a fur-style accent framing the shoulders. She finished it with baby pink makeup and a classic French tip manicure. Now, on its own, this is a stunning, confident, high-glamour look. The sheer corset gown is one of the most demanding silhouettes in fashion, and the feathered neckline adds old Hollywood drama and softness to balance the boldness of the sheer fabric. But here's the part that makes it remarkable. Latto commands the space with total, unbothered artistic presence. The big energy rapper has completely found her stride as a red carpet powerhouse, standing tall on one of the most scrutinized platforms in the world. Whatever you think of the look itself, the confidence required to execute it is extraordinary. The baby pink glam was a soft, fresh, deliberate touch that kept the whole thing from reading as purely provocative. A genuinely powerful moment. Number 11. Number 10, Janet Jackson. We have entered the top 10, and we are opening it with a living legend who turned the simplest garment on the carpet into the most conceptual one. Number 10 is Janet Jackson. Janet wore a graphic Tupac Shakur tribute t-shirt, cinched with a corset, paired with a veiled hat worn over a durag. Read that combination again because it is a genuine fashion thesis. A t-shirt, a corset, a veil, a durag. Four elements that have no business being in the same outfit, assembled by an icon into something that actually says something. Let me break down why this works on a level most of the carpet did not reach. The Tupac tribute t-shirt grounds the look in hip-hop history and Black cultural memory. A graphic tee is the most casual garment there is, and putting it at the center of a red carpet look is a deliberate, subversive choice. Cinching it with a corset takes that casual streetwear element and forces it into a high-fashion silhouette, collapsing the boundary between the street and the runway. The veiled hat adds old Hollywood mystery and glamour. And the durag underneath is an unapologetic declaration of Black identity and style, worn proudly on culture's biggest night. This is the kind of styling that only a true icon can pull off, because it requires the cultural authority to make a t-shirt read as couture. Janet has that authority in abundance, and the night got even bigger for her. She surprised Teyana Taylor on stage to present the Icon of the Year award, leaving Teyana sobbing and calling her my biggest inspiration. The woman who can wear a t-shirt as couture and reduce another icon to tears with her presence. Number 10. Number 9, Mooney Long. Number 9 is Mooney Long, and this is the most emotional entry on the entire list. Mooney shimmered in a glittering turquoise sequin gown, styled with a romantic updo featuring a dramatic side bang and a classic French roll, giving the whole look timeless, old Hollywood glamour. On its own, the gown is gorgeous. A light blue, turquoise tone sequin column that shimmered with every step she took, the kind of dress built to catch and throw light across an entire carpet. But you cannot talk about this look without the context, because the context is everything. Mooney Long walked this carpet after conquering an intense, grueling personal health battle that completely forced her into strict vocal rest and jeopardized her ability to sing. To overcome that severe artistic challenge, and here she was, months later, radiant, glittering, glamorous, completely alive, walking one of the biggest carpets of the year like a woman reborn. The romantic, timeless styling, the updo, the side bang, the French roll, read like a deliberate choice to look like a classic Hollywood star, to celebrate being here at all. There are red carpet looks that are about fashion, and there are red carpet looks that are about something much bigger than fashion. Mooney Long in glittering turquoise, proving her resilience to the world, is the second kind. Radiant does not even begin to cover it. Number 9. Number 8, Nia Long. Number 8 is Nia Long, and she delivered the kind of minimalist, effortless elegance that only a true style icon can. Nia wore a deep brown 90s-inspired slip dress, accessorized with Chanel jewelry, bright red nails, an extra-long ponytail, and the unexpected witty finishing touch, a cow print bag. And this look is a masterclass in restraint and reference. The slip dress is one of the most iconic silhouettes of 1990s fashion, and Nia Long is one of the defining beauty icons of that exact era. So for her to wear a brown 90s slip dress in 2026 is not nostalgia. It is fluency. She is speaking a fashion language she helped write. The deep brown color is a sophisticated choice, richer and more unexpected than black, warm against her skin, quietly luxurious. The Chanel jewelry adds polish and signals quiet wealth without shouting. And the cow print bag is the playful wink that keeps the whole thing from being too serious. A little hit of personality and humor. Nia walked the carpet representing the cast of the definitive Michael Jackson biopic film alongside Jafar Jackson. So her presence carried real cultural weight. Effortless, timeless, and exactly right. Number 8. Number 7. Queen Latifah. Number 7 is Queen Latifah, and she proved that true fashion authority is not about following the rules. It is about being so confident you make your own. Latifah arrived in an oversized, voluminous, black textured wrap coat, layered over a sleek black gown, finished with a braided updo and a bold red lip. And I want to talk about why this is such a power move, because on a warm, late June evening in Los Angeles, most people would never reach for a dramatic textured coat. Latifah did exactly that, and in doing so, she proved that fashion is not confined to any season. When you have the presence she has, you wear what makes the most dramatic, most regal silhouette, and you let everyone else worry about the weather. The voluminous coat is the entire statement. It creates an enormous, sculptural, almost architectural silhouette that swallows the frame in the most glamorous way, with the sleek black gown underneath providing a clean foundation. It is a high-fashion editorial choice. The kind of thing you see on a Paris runway in February, translated onto a Los Angeles carpet in June. The braided updo and the bold red lip finished it with classic, regal glamour. Latifah was honored at this year's show, and she dressed like the royalty her name promises. Number 7. Number 6, Kehlani. Number 6 is Kehlani, and they walk the carpet as the lady in red before delivering one of the night's most anticipated performances. Kehlani arrived in a striking, minimalist, rich crimson column gown from Chats by Sidam, paired with minimal jewelry, a deliberate, disciplined choice to let the color and the silhouette carry the entire look. And this is a masterclass in the power of simplicity. There were plenty of heavily embellished maximalist gowns on this carpet, and against all of them, Kehlani's clean crimson column stood out precisely because it did so little. No crystals competing for attention, no dramatic cutouts, just a perfect color, a perfect line, and the confidence to wear it. Crimson is one of the most powerful colors in fashion, deeper and richer than a basic red, with a hint of darkness that reads as sophisticated and grown. A minimalist column gown in that color is a sniper rifle approach to red carpet dressing. One perfect shot rather than a spray of details. And the choice of Chats by Sidam matters, because supporting independent and emerging designers on a platform this big is exactly the kind of move the BET carpet should celebrate. Kehlani then took the stage to deliver a standout performance, capturing key honors on the night. The lady in red doing everything right. Number 6, and at number 5, Olandria Carthan. Number 5 is Olandria Carthan, and the breakout reality star delivered one of the most genuinely show-stopping looks of the night. Olandria popped out in a striking yellow halter gown with a deep plunging neckline, a daring cut straight down the middle, and a thigh-high slit. Styled by the Racemans, who absolutely aced the assignment, it was a custom, original, eye-catching ensemble that proved the O in her name really does stand for one of one. Yellow is, as I keep saying, one of the hardest colors to wear, and Olandria wore it like it was made for her. Because it was. Let me explain why this look outranks so many bigger names. The construction of it was genuinely advanced. The center cut and the plunging halter neckline create a long, dramatic vertical line down the body that is incredibly striking and incredibly difficult to engineer without a wardrobe malfunction. The thigh-high slit adds movement and a second hit of drama, and the bright sunny yellow against her skin made the whole thing glow under the carpet lights. This is a modern media star who has fully crossed over into legitimate fashion moment territory, and on this carpet, she outshone people who have been famous for decades. A genuine star-is-born fashion moment. Number 5. Number 4, Lizzo. Number 4 is Lizzo, and she came to the BET Awards and reminded everybody exactly who she is. Lizzo popped out in a long, shimmering, chocolate brown gown detailed with sheer mesh paneling, finished with voluminous, honey blonde beach waves and glamorous makeup. The internet, in the best possible way, lost its mind. The gown featured gathered ruching and subtle sparkle throughout, hugging her figure and catching the light with every step, and she kept her accessories deliberately minimal, letting the dress and that lioness hair do all the talking. Here is why I have this so high. The sheer mesh paneling on a form-fitting gown is one of the most confident styling choices a woman can make, and Lizzo wore it with total, joyful, unbothered self-assurance. The chocolate brown color is a sophisticated, rich, unexpected choice, warmer and more luxurious than black, glowing against her skin. The ruching adds texture and movement and is genuinely flattering, sculpting the silhouette, and the honey blonde waves framed her face and elevated the entire look into bombshell territory. But beyond the technical excellence, there is the attitude. Lizzo walked this carpet and held her head high, radiant and glamorous and completely in command of her own image, refusing to let anything dim her shine. That confidence is the most stylish thing a person can wear, and Lizzo had it in abundance. Number 4. Number 3, Druski. Number 3, and now we are in the territory of looks that will be remembered. Number 3 is Doja. Druski turned heads in a daring, contemporary, hand-crocheted dark brown knit gown with intricate cutout details, paired with an equally intricate interlocked hairstyle that matched the texture of the dress. And this is, without question, one of the most conceptually sophisticated looks on the entire carpet. So let me explain why it is so special. A hand-crocheted gown is a genuine feat of craft. Crochet is a slow, painstaking, entirely manual technique. Every single stitch is made by hand, one at a time, with a hook. To build an entire red carpet gown out of crochet with intricate cutouts engineered into the pattern represents an enormous number of hours of skilled handwork. This is not a dress that came off a rack or out of a sample sale. It is a labor-intensive, artisanal, one-of-a-kind piece. And that craft heritage matters enormously in a fashion landscape increasingly dominated by fast, machine-made clothing. Then there is the styling genius of matching her hair to the gown. By interlocking and texturing her hair to echo the crochet pattern of the dress, Doja created a single, continuous, sculptural visual concept from head to toe. The body, the hair, the garment all read as one unified work of art. That is the kind of head-to-toe conceptual thinking you see from the most fashion-forward artists in the world. And Doja, one of the top nominees of the night and a genuine fashion risk-taker every time she steps out, executed it flawlessly. This is the look fashion students will be studying. Number 3. Before I reveal my top 2, this is your last call. Drop a comment right now telling me who your number 1 is, and tell me if you think I got the top 3 right. The disagreements in the comments are the best part, so don't hold back. And if this video has earned it, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next breakdown. Okay, the top 2. Number 2, Teyana Taylor. Number 2 is Teyana Taylor, and on the night she was crowned the first ever icon of the year, she dressed exactly like one. Teyana wore a structural, architectural burgundy gown by Stefan Rollin, featuring heavy, oversized ruffles, a fitted bodice with beaded detailing at the bust, and a coordinating headpiece. She kept her hair sleek and her makeup rich, letting the couturier silhouette command the entire frame. And I need everyone to understand what a serious fashion choice Stefan Rollin is, because this is the most couture moment on the carpet. Stefan Rollin is a French haute couture designer, one of the genuine architects working in fashion today. His work is famous for its sculptural, monumental, almost building-like silhouettes, gowns engineered with the precision of architecture rather than the softness of typical evening wear. A Stefan Rollin gown is not a dress you wear, it is a structure you inhabit. For Teyana Taylor to choose Rollin on the night she is being honored as an icon is a perfect alignment. The most architectural designer for the woman with the most architectural sense of personal style in the entire industry. The burgundy color was rich and regal. The oversized ruffles created dramatic sculptural volume around the hips, and the matching headpiece turned the whole look into a complete head-to-toe couture statement. Teyana Taylor has spent years building one of the most fearless fashion archives of any artist of her generation. She treats every red carpet the way a designer treats a runway, every appearance a thesis. So when BET honored her with the inaugural Icon of the Year award and the New Fashion Vanguard award, it was simply the institution catching up to what the fashion world already knew. She is an icon. She dressed like one. And Janet Jackson herself came out to crown her, leaving Teyana in tears. The only reason she is not number 1 is that one person on this specific night did something even fashion couldn't have scripted. Number 2. Number 1. Eva Marcille, the single best-dressed star of the entire 2026 BAT Awards, in the entirely correct opinion of this channel, is Eva Marcille. And before you argue, let me walk you through why this look was the most conceptually complete statement on the whole carpet. Eva, the America's Next Top Model legend turned actress and entrepreneur, was one of the very first stars to arrive, and she shut the carpet down before most people had even gotten out of their cars. She debuted a brand new blonde, buzzed pixie cut that instantly called back to her iconic top model days, in a warm honey blonde shade that glowed against her skin. Then she wore a lime green mini dress with an exaggerated structured collar and a dramatic sash by a black-owned designer, finished with strappy sandals. But here's the genius that earns her the #1 spot, the detail that elevated this from a great look to a complete artistic concept. Ava went, in the words of the carpet, totally nude. And I mean conceptually. She matched her hair, her brows, and her lipstick to a single skin-adjacent golden honey tone, so that her entire head read as one continuous, monochromatic, sculptural surface. This is a high-fashion technique that erases the visual lines between hair, skin, and makeup, turning the face and head into a single unified canvas. It is the kind of styling you see in the most advanced editorial fashion photography in the world, and almost nobody attempts it on a live red carpet. Then she set that monochromatic, sculptural head against a hit of vivid lime green, the structured collar framing her face like a piece of architecture, the dramatic sash adding movement and drama. The contrast between the seamless nude styling and the electric green dress was breathtaking, a genuine fashion editorial image come to life on the BET carpet. Ava said she took it all off, the hair, the color, everything, to put it back on, a complete reinvention, a fresh start rendered in fashion. This is what separates a beautiful dress from a great fashion moment. Anyone can wear a stunning gown. What Ava Marcille did was construct a single, coherent, head-to-toe artistic concept: color theory, sculptural styling, monochromatic technique, and a bold silhouette all working together to say one thing. She drew on 20 years of fashion fluency, from her top model origins to her current era, and distilled it into one unforgettable image. She arrived first and she was never topped. The 2026 BET Awards belonged on the carpet to Ava Marcille, #1. And that is your 40 best dressed at the 2026 BET Awards. What a carpet it was. We saw a t-shirt worn as couture by Janet Jackson. We saw architectural burgundy haute couture on the night's icon of the year, Teyana Taylor. We saw a hand-crocheted gown from Doechi that turned craft into art. We saw Mooney Long glittering in turquoise following her remarkable artistic and vocal triumph, and Lato bringing pure high-glamour confidence to the floor. We saw the Nwigwes in matching mint, Eva Marcille in nude and lime perfection, and an entire generation of Black designers and stylists finally getting their moment in the spotlight on a night that, for the first time ever, handed out a trophy for fashion itself. If there is a single thread tying this carpet together, I think it is intention. Almost every look on this list was telling a story about heritage, about reinvention, about survival, about craft, about Black glamour on its own terms. None of these were accidents. The BET Awards carpet has always been the one place where Black fashion sets the agenda instead of following it, and the 2026 carpet proved that more powerfully than ever. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me, who was your #1? Did Eva Marcille deserve the top spot, or did Teyana Taylor and Stefan Roland get robbed? Was Ducci's crochet gown the real look of the night for you? And who did I unfairly leave out or rank too low? I want the disagreements, I want the corrections, I want the strong opinions. The comment section is the real best dressed list, so let me have it. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you genuinely. Long-form fashion breakdowns like this one are a labor of love, and the only way this channel keeps going is you're subscribing, you're liking, and you're sticking around. So if you have not subscribed yet, hit that button now. There is more red carpet fashion coming this week, and you are not going to want to miss it. Until then, keep dressing like you know exactly what you're doing. I'll see you on the next carpet.